Last classes we have discussed in the alignment classes, if you go through the notes once again, we have done about the standing poses. So today we are going to still continue with your standing category of poses, a little bit more intense, a little bit more advanced, and a little bit more side bending, which we are going to practice today, which is called the lateral extension. Extended poses from your side part of your trunk. So the first pose which we are going to discuss about today, that is your Parsvakonasana, that is called extended angle pose. So here with me, Shobit is here once again. So he is going to demonstrate you the Parsvakonasana first. How much gap, how much space we needed, according to the level of the student, according to their flexibility, and according to their mobility. So the goal is not to touch the final pose. The goal is to stay comfortable into the pose and try to feel the maximum benefits from the pose. So here we go for the side angle pose. So the distance according to his mobility, the distance he can go, he can grade the distance here. Just stay into that pose first. Come to the Tadasana once again. For the beginners, if I'm going to talk about for the beginners, only 3 inches we started, or 3 feet apart only, not too much, right? 3 feet apart for the beginners. So just take 2 to 3 feet apart, that's it. Here first you check, as we checked so many times, from here the arches are active or not, or the flat feet we can see here if it is going like this way, knee is rotating in. If the knees rotates in, that is the problem, guys, that happens. So the femoral head is rotating in again and create compression on your hip joint. So gap or the space is not the target. Here the target is to maintain the one line alignment here, to prevent the anatomical dysfunction with your bones. So here we can see if his outer feet is active, just try to press your outer feet. Yes, both sides. Now, so the knee has to be facing forward. The knee has to be facing the center of the patella, the kneecap has to be facing forward, not rotating in and creating space onto the hip joint here. So from here, then I ask my student when the pelvic is neutral, so pelvic is not drooping forward. If the pelvis is drooping forward, that is wrong. Then the knee is getting more hyperflexible and pressure comes to your heel. So correct the pelvis first. So pelvic has to be neutral. So as you come to this pose, must have to be your hands on your pelvis to check the pelvic level. If the pelvis is going like this, that is wrong. So just correct. Bring your pelvis back to the neutral alignment. Ribs has to be soft. Shoulder broadens. Opening of the shoulders slightly, not too much. Neck muscle relax. Bring your neck slightly backwards. That's it. Now, we ask the client to turn your right ankle 90 degree out. So here, he turns the ankle 90 degree out. Beginner's level I'm talking about, but he has a good flexibility, so he can increase the gap between both feet. So just turn your ankle in that right one. You can increase the gap. So 3.5 to 4 feet apart. Now rotate the right feet out. Very nice. So 4.5 or 3.5 to 4 inches, you can take the gap between the legs. Then turn your ankles in a little bit and in again. In, totally in, completely in. Yes, here. So from here, first and foremost, you can check the level of pelvis. Then rotate your ankle out, 90 degree, the front leg, right? From here we can go. So this is we call the extension pose, right? What kind of pose? Extension pose. So from here now you have to extend on the right side. So just first you have to sit on the front leg, right? Try to sit on the front leg and make sure the alignment has to be 90 in relation to your knee and ankle here. It has not to be cross over the ankle. Make sure in your mind. So we don't have to put the more weight on the front leg. Back leg has to be active also. If you remember for the warrior 2 little bit. If you go through the warrior 2 alignment adjustment, which we have discussed, that back leg has to be active too. So there is no more pressure on the front leg only. Now bring your hands into the position. Here we go. So same, you can see from here, now you have to cut from here, right, from the hip joint. So I am just isolating for the beginners. For the beginners, you can use the strap too, or if you are comfortable, if your client is comfortable for allowing you to touch, you can just place the inner part of your palm here and ask the client to cut from here. So this is what we can do, the one thing. If you don't have anything, just place the strap on this area, right? Place the strap on your femur, not too much higher, on the side part, and just hold it over there. Back leg has to be active, press the outer feet. Very nice. If you want to create activeness or more strength on your front leg, if your arches are drooping, lift your toes up from the front leg. Very nice. Now, just feel like that somebody is stretching you on the right side. Just stretch yourself completely. Stretch. Stretch more, stretch more, stretch more. Very nice. Hold it here for a while. So you can see that I'm holding the strap here, and this is the stretch, the lateral line of the fascia on the left side completely. Now go for the pose here. Sometime what happens, guys, now for the beginners, this is the one you can do. You can place the strap here. Now what I'm trying to do from here, I'm allowing the strap to release. So we can release the strap. If the flexibility level is more compromised, so you can add the chair here if your client is not able. So rest here only, right? Rest here and just lengthen the lateral side of your trunk. Hand is the problem here. Over here now you can stretch, or if the problem is too much, you can hold it here now and lengthen for the beginners. Intermediate, hold it here. Advanced, go more. Same thing as I see that my client is able to do the pose now, the range of motion is getting more better and the flexibility is getting more better. Then I can ask the client, just try to release the pose, brother. Hold it here from your knee. You can hold it from your knee also if there is no chair with you. So just stay here. Pelvic has to be neutral, not facing forward, not dropping forward. Lengthening over there, right? Then I can allow the chair to move from here. Then I can use more blocks. Here we go. Now place your hand on the block here. Yes, a very nice support. Or place it more closer so that your knee cannot be moved here and there. You can allow your knee to bring it close towards your forearm. So it has to be more stable. Pelvic neutral, ribs soft from here, right? So everything you can see, it is going into the one alignment. If I check from here to here now, see this line, this is what we needed. This is the complete lateral extension. So if you can hold it, so we just try to hold it. So you can see this one line alignment here. It is coming into the one line fine pose. Nothing is going out of the way. And we have to create the space onto the both side. So this is the way, guys, you have to check that my knee is not moving inside, outside. It has to be facing forward. Pelvic neutral, ribs soft, no pressure on the neck, and there is a more space between the earlobe and the shoulders. So this is into the advanced way you can do. Use the chair. Intermediate, use the block. And now, release, release, release. For more advanced, beginners we use the chair. For intermediate we use the block. This is the one thing you can do, or if my client is able to do easily, this is another way you can do it. Slightly take your ribs in. Very nice. This is the side angle. So I hope this must be clear to you. So try this pose, try the modification with your students. And slowly how to come out of the pose, this is the main thing. Now place your hand over there first. Take the support of the knee. Now place your hand on the pelvis. Very nice. So take care of your lower back too with the beginners. Now bring this hand to your another pelvis. We are here now. rotate the ankle in, bend your knees slightly and come out of the pose. So this is the simple way you have to come out of the pose. It's not you are here, going here now and coming back directly. So break the pose into the different intervals. That what I asked you from the beginning, that you have to break the pose into the components so that we can learn how to do with the beginners, intermediate and advanced sections. So as we have discussed now, if we slightly go for the same pose, right? Slightly go for the same pose. If you want to increase your side extension before to come into this pose, you can do a preparatory stretch too. So if I ask the Sobit, just face towards the wall. Face towards the wall, go closer towards the wall. Open your legs slightly. Open, feet apart. Open your arms on the side. Reduce the space slightly. And just, so the pelvis is not going anywhere, right? The pelvis is neutral. It is not going anywhere. It is locked now with the help of wall. So now here you can slightly do some sliding on the one side, then do the sliding on the other side. So this is a preparatory stretch you can do before to get into the Parsvakonasana. One more time. Another side. Release. So this is the preparation for that pose which we have discussed earlier. Then we can use the wall too, same thing as we have discussed about the triangle. So if we have to use the wall, so just we can change the position of the mat here now. So just same pose you have to do, back leg towards the wall. Now face that side. Right leg on that side. Take the 3.5 to 4 inches. Rotate. Activate your back leg. So press the outer edge of the wall. Very good. Now you can do same thing. We can use a chair now to take a chair here. Or for more level of beginners, just hold the railing of the chair. Bend your knee. If you want, feel that something is trying to compress my knee joint, just stabilize here. Is it okay?
Yes.
Or we can change the position that it doesn't hurt your knee joint. Just hold it here. So it is on the shin bone. Hold it. Grip it completely. From here, just try to press. Right? Press it. So stretch your shoulders completely here. That's the way, so you can feel the shoulder blades. Now, if my client wants, I can increase more range of motion. So increase the gap between the chair. Is it okay? So here I can fix to the block. Hold it here. Now stretch from that side, extension, and go that way. So hold it here. No need to go slightly down, not too much. First, reduce the stiffness of the muscles. So try to feed the stretch reflex first. Then for next level, I can ask my student to go here, stabilize. This is another way you can do it. We can remove the block if the knee is stable, 90 degree. Then come out of the pose. Come out of the pose, slowly and slowly stay here for a while. We can remove the chair from here now. Then we can use the one block only onto the side slightly. This is another modification you can do it. So no more compression here. Ribs soft. Hold it. Lateral extension. So this way we can do the pose too. Now bring your hands towards your knees. Yes. This hand on the pelvis. That hand on the pelvis too. Slightly extend your knee back. Rotate the ankle in. Bend your knees together and come closer, closer, closer and come out of the pose. So this is the way, guys, different ways which we gave you how to learn this pose easily. It's the side extension. I hope this must be clear to you. Go through the pose, practice with your neighborhood, with your students, with your friends. Any questions, any queries, you are welcome anytime. Thank you. Namaste.